Apple is undergoing its biggest leadership change in years.
It's a profound transition.
And this is happening right as artificial intelligence is, fundamentally rewriting how our phones actually work.
Right. The tectonic plates of tech are shifting.
Meanwhile, the stock market is experiencing this massive reality check. We are talking multi-billion-dollar swings.
Oh, totally. It's like watching a rocket ship reach orbit.
Yeah.
The engineering getting us there is incredible, but the massive G-force is kind of making everyone dizzy.
It really is. Well, welcome to today's deep dive.
Glad to be here.
We are unpacking the massive maturation of AI in 2026. We are moving past that initial hype phase.
Right, into real integration.
Exactly. So we're going to explore Apple's historic WWDC announcements. We'll look at the huge IPO frenzy sweeping the sector.
It's a gold rush right now.
It is. And finally, we will examine a pretty sobering market pullback triggered by Broadcom.
Should be a fun one.
So let's start with Apple. WWDC 2026 carried a really unusual amount of emotional weight.
Yeah, end of an era.
Tim Cook announced he is stepping down on September 1st.
Wow.
He's handing the reins to Juice Turnus.
That is a massive cultural shift for them. Cook really defined an entire era of operational mastery.
He absolutely did. But as one era ends, another clearly begins. AI is moving from this flashy novelty to a foundational layer. It's becoming a completely invisible part of our daily tech.
And Apple is historically masterful at this. They make incredibly complex technology feel totally invisible to you.
We see that perfectly with the new Siri overhaul. It has been completely rebuilt from the ground up.
Right.
But here is the really fascinating part. It now has Google Gemini operating right under the hood.
Yeah, that surprised a lot of people.
It works as a standalone app and system-wide. So let me ask you this. Why would Apple choose to put Google Gemini under Siri's hood? They are obsessed with owning their entire ecosystem.
Well, it fundamentally comes down to speed and consumer expectations. Building a world-class foundational model is incredibly difficult.
Correct.
It requires massive data centers and years of rigorous testing. Apple needed a flawless consumer experience today. Google has already built that necessary computational infrastructure. So Apple handles the clean, private user interface. Google handles the massive computational lifting in the background.
So they prioritized an immediate ecosystem upgrade over building a native engine from scratch.
Precisely. They kind of swallowed their pride to deliver immediate functionality.
It's a massive shift. We also saw the introduction of iOS 27.
The hardware optimization there is seriously impressive.
Yeah, it supports all devices from the iPhone 11 onward.
Bringing that kind of foundational optimization to older hardware is wild. We're talking about 70% faster photo rendering.
Wow.
Plus, AirDrop transfers are now 80% quicker. They're just squeezing every drop of performance out of those older chips.
The Photos app got major structural updates, too. They added new spatial reframe and extend tools.
Right, which is super cool.
This uses depth data to essentially see past the original borders of your photo. There is also a much higher quality generative cleanup feature.
Search was totally rebuilt, too. It spans across iOS, iPadOS, and macOS now. It actually understands context, so you can find what you need instantly.
Let's dig into the everyday AI integration. Shortcuts now takes natural language prompts.
Oh, finally.
It is a massive relief for workflows. Honestly, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself.
Oh, it happens to the absolute best of us.
You ask a model for a simple automated workflow. Over a few conversational turns, it just loses the context entirely.
Right, and that friction ruins the entire concept of automation.
Exactly. Using natural language eliminates that specific friction. The AI translates your messy human speech into rigid code automatically.
Yeah.
The native keyboard is doing something similar. It uses AI dictation to automatically filter out your filler words as you speak.
That's the ultimate example of invisible AI. You don't open a separate chatbot. You just speak naturally, and the system makes you sound much better.
Apple also expanded the native health app. It now includes dedicated perimenopause and menopause tracking.
That is crucial, actionable data for millions of users.
Definitely. They also leaned heavily into their privacy reputation. They introduced strict default protections for kids under 13. These are mandatory. They added Ask to Browse and Ask to Buy settings. It gives parents very granular controls.
Privacy remains Apple's strongest competitive moat for sure.
The new Image Playground updates reflect this perfectly. Apple explicitly stated user photos will not be used for AI training.
They are strictly avoiding that ethical minefield.
They are listening to user feedback elsewhere, too. They introduced optional rollbacks for that new liquid glass design.
Right.
If you dislike that controversial update, you can just revert it.
That's an easy.
So Apple is quietly pushing AI directly into consumer hands. It feels simple, but behind the scenes, the infrastructure scramble is unprecedented.
Oh, yeah. The scale of capital investment right now is just staggering.
These invisible features require massive physical machinery, which brings us to the broader AI economy boom of 2026.
The public markets are reacting aggressively to this infrastructure demand.
We are watching an absolute financial gold rush right now. OpenAI confidentially filed for an IPO. This comes right after Anthropic did the exact same thing.
This year is shaping up to be historic. I mean, it could be the biggest IPO year since the dot-com mania.
Wow.
And keep in mind, SpaceX is also expected to debut soon.
It's huge. OpenAI also outlined its next major developmental phase. They plan to have fully automated AI researchers deployed by 2028.
Right.
They believe this will drive much faster economic growth. Their stated goal is personal AGI for all.
We should define AGI clearly here. It's AI that can learn and do any intellectual task a human can.
Having that capability on a personal device changes everything. But getting there requires an immense amount of specialized hardware.
Hardware is the ultimate undeniable bottleneck right now.
NVIDIA just struck massive deals with 6 South Korean giants. This includes heavyweights like SK Hynix, Naver, LG, and Hyundai.
Data center demand is absolutely exploding on a global scale.
They are scrambling to secure advanced memory supply pipelines. These facilities need high bandwidth memory to process these incredibly complex models.
Whoa! Imagine scaling to 1 billion queries.
Yeah.
The physical infrastructure required to support that is just mind-boggling.
It requires vast amounts of electricity and industrial cooling. This massive shift is driving some interesting corporate initiatives, too. OpenAI is funding external studies on the transition. They want to understand AI's direct impact on jobs and wages.
It's a proactive approach to potential economic displacement.
Yeah. Applications for this specific research actually close on July 5th. Meta is taking a very different hands-on approach.
Right.
They just spent $115 million launching America's Workforce Academy.
That's a big investment.
It's a free skilled trades program offering guaranteed jobs across 4 states.
This highlights a fascinating irony in the tech world. The most advanced, abstract cloud software requires highly skilled blue-collar labor.
Absolutely.
You cannot build a massive data center without master electricians and builders.
But this desperate race for dominance is getting messy.
No.
The company xAI is currently facing intense public scrutiny.
Oh, the Claude drama.
Yes. Reports indicate they actually used Claude outputs to train their own models. They allegedly did this for months.
That is a massive controversy in the AI community.
Even after being officially cut off, they allegedly persisted. They continued scraping the data by using personal accounts.
Crazy.
So does the xAI drama of secretly using Claude's outputs suggest that we are actually running out of high-quality original data to train these models?
That is the core existential threat for these companies. These models consume human-generated text at an unprecedented ravenous rate. We are quite literally hitting the limits of the public internet. Companies are getting desperate for fresh, highly complex inputs. So they scrape competitor outputs just to keep pace. But it risks creating a dangerous feedback loop of synthetic data. If models train on model outputs, the quality eventually degrades entirely.
Right. The desperate hunger for quality training data is pushing companies over ethical lines.
It's a rapid race to the bottom. But on the flip side, everyday consumers are reaping immediate benefits.
Yes, the daily tools are getting incredibly cheap and powerful. Google AI Plus just slashed its monthly subscription price.
Yep.
It dropped from $7.99 down to $4.99. They also doubled the storage capacity from 200 to 400 gigabytes.
That is a live commoditization of artificial intelligence right there.
Google also significantly updated Notebook LM. It's moving far beyond simple text summarization now. It can write code, analyze dense data, and find sources for you. It basically builds comprehensive research reports from scratch.
It acts like a tireless, highly competent research assistant.
People are rapidly figuring out how to leverage these tools daily. A detailed operational guide from Andrej Karpathy is going viral right now. Oh, I saw that.
He breaks down his exact step-by-step daily AI workflow. Thousands of professionals are saving it for reference.
We are seeing an absolute boom in highly specific, empowered AI tools.
Let's look at a few notable new ones. Browse.She is gaining serious traction among developers.
Right.
It gives AI agents reusable, modular automation skills. They use ready-made recipes to complete complex tasks automatically.
Then you have tools like Honin. It's built specifically for corporate environments. It dynamically turns static company knowledge into interactive AI training courses. And these update automatically as your internal protocols evolve.
Vani is completely changing the game for global audio, too. It's a voice-preserving AI dubbing tool.
That one is wild.
You can dub a piece of audio into over 40 languages instantly, and it retains your exact vocal tone for a fraction of studio costs.
And Supast is a brilliant local-first utility tool. It's a secure clipboard history app designed for the Mac.
It saves all your copied text, links, and images securely. You can search your entire timeline entirely locally without cloud processing.
So we have massive consumer hype and genuinely incredible daily tools. We're seeing .com level IPOs and massive global hardware deals. This environment sets impossibly high financial expectations for investors. What happens when a company succeeds brilliantly, but just not enough?
Good question.
We're going to take a very quick break for our sponsors to pay the bills.
Stay with us.
This deep dive is brought to you by our partners.
It's helping you stay informed in a fast-changing world.
And we are back. Let's bring this soaring conversation back down to earth. We need to critically examine the Broadcom reality check.
This is exactly where the inescapable financial gravity kicks in.
Broadcom recently released its highly anticipated earnings report. By all objective measures, they actually beat Wall Street's earnings expectations.
By traditional financial metrics, it was a phenomenally strong quarter.
But the stock market reacted violently in the opposite direction. CEO Hock Tan issued his fiscal 2027 AI revenue guidance.
Right.
He maintained it at a massive, in excess of $100 billion.
That is a truly staggering amount of guaranteed future revenue.
But investors were desperately hoping for a major upward revision. This specific lack of a forecast bump caused a massive crash. Broadcom experienced a brutal 15% drop in early trading.
It's really important to properly contextualize that massive drop, though.
Very true. Broadcom was already incredibly highly valued coming into this earnings report. The stock had recently popped hard after Alphabet's $80 billion equity raise.
Right. So this severe double-digit drop just erased those very recent gains. It merely returned Broadcom to its exact valuation from just 1 month prior.
But the market contagion effect was immediate and severe. The entire AI technology complex took a massive collective hit.
Yeah, it was rough.
They had enjoyed 6 consecutive record closes prior to this single report.
AI stocks often trade closely together as a single monolithic block.
CrowdStrike saw heavy overnight sell-offs across the board. This happened despite them actually beating estimates and boosting their own guidance.
Unbelievable.
Major chip makers and AI-adjacent tech stocks all gave back recent gains. We saw Micron, SanDisk, AMD, ARM Holdings, Qualcomm, and Marvell Technology stumble. They all dropped, directly impacting the broader market indexes. So how does an industry reconcile the fact that a company can guarantee over $100 billion in AI revenue and still trigger a massive sector-wide sell-off?
Well, Wall Street operates entirely on future expectations, not present reality. Think of the market valuation like a treadmill running at top speed.
Okay.
Broadcom was sprinting at 15 miles per hour effortlessly. But the market expected them to bump the speed to 17 miles per hour?
Wow.
When the CEO simply maintained the current incredible pace, panic ensued. The massive stock price had already fully accounted for continuous, explosive growth.
Right.
There was absolutely no room left in the valuation for merely meeting expectations. You either accelerate constantly or you get thrown off the back of the treadmill.
Essentially, the market priced in perfection, so merely great, was treated like a failure.
Exactly right. The mechanical financial models completely disconnected from the operational reality.
Let's zoom out and synthesize the big idea here. 2026 is clearly the definitive transitional year for this technology. AI decisively moved from being an abstract novelty to a foundational utility.
It is quietly settling into the everyday fabric of our lives.
On the consumer side, Apple is proving this transition perfectly. They are masterfully hiding immense computational complexity behind incredibly clean design.
Yeah.
They are offering seamless, helpful features that simply just work.
You don't need to understand how neural networks operate anymore. You just let your keyboard magically filter your filler words in real time.
But on the financial side, we are seeing a very different story. Wall Street is harshly discovering that revolutionary tech still has physical limits.
Right.
It is ultimately still bound by the fundamental laws of financial gravity. Infinite market expectations are mathematically impossible to satisfy forever.
The underlying foundation has to realistically support the massive market valuation. Broadcom just proved that even a $100 billion base is sometimes not enough. It's like stacking Lego blocks of data. Eventually, if you build too high too fast without expanding the base, it wobbles.
The public market relentlessly demands constant, accelerating acceleration without pause.
And as we saw with the XAI controversy, that extreme pressure causes cracks. The endless hunger for training data pushes companies past ethical boundaries.
Absolutely.
The massive demand for compute hardware heavily stresses global supply chains.
Yet, despite that friction, the consumer tools just keep getting cheaper and faster.
It is a genuinely fascinating duality to watch unfold every single day.
We have covered a massive amount of ground today. We looked deeply at Apple's quiet, powerful AI integration strategy. We examined the historic .com-level IPO frenzy hitting the market. And we analyzed the incredibly unforgiving nature of AI stock valuations.
If we connect all of this to the bigger picture, it raises an important question.
Oh.
If AI is becoming totally invisible on our devices like dictation filtering filler words automatically, but it is simultaneously causing massive volatility in global markets, who actually holds the ultimate power in the future? Is it the companies building the massive, intelligent foundational models? Or is it the companies controlling the glass screens we use to access them?
That is a profound question to leave you with today. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Stay curious and keep questioning the tech in your own pockets.